your girl Robin Shockley with Focus Forward Robin on the go. You never know where I'm going to be, and I'm here today in Conoley, Georgia. I've never been to Conoley, Georgia, but I am here with the playwright himself, the film producer, movie director, Mr. George Alford.
That's me.
Yes. Oh my God. Listen, we just did a magnificent wrap-up, and it was good. It was hilarious. It was funny. It was challenging.
It was challenging, but it was great.
It was great.
It was great.
So tell us a little bit about the film that we just did.
Okay, well, the name of the film is called One Day at a Time. And I actually got the idea of these four ladies. It was Robin Shockley, Lena Hartley, Tammy Bailey, and Renee Dabney. They were all in a play, and they were dressed up like, old ladies. And even though I didn't see the play, but I asked Renee about it. She said, oh, George, it was a play that we did. But the picture they took, it was just hilarious. So it just created for me to create and have an idea to make a short film. So that's what I did. And I first started, I thought that I wanted to be more like these four women may be talking about their grandkids, but I didn't want it to be boring, so I said I gotta spice this up. So I thought about the Golden Girls, I thought about a whole lot of stuff. I said, you know what, I want these ladies to be kind of gangster. It would be funny to see how older people act being like really gangster-like, and I created these four gangster ladies. And once this project gets put together, I mean, it is phenomenal. These women, all four of them was phenomenal. The way they're acting, everything just came about. I mean, it was, it was just great. We had a really great time. Everybody with their A game. We just really had a great time. I mean, I've been doing film since 2013. I mean,
Really?
God gave me the gift of writing, and that's what I do. I mean, I started off writing since I was 8 years old with, school plays. And then, even when I got to college.
Pause. You said you started writing when you were 8
years old. I mean, I wasn't a professional at 8, but, and then you really don't know if you had the gift. And I didn't realize I had it until I really got in college. I didn't even do anything in high school. I was just mainly just focused on graduating from high school. But when I got in college, I took a theater course and got A's in that screenwriting course. That's when I realized, I said, I think this is my niche. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. Wow. So, and I was living in New Jersey then. I didn't move down to Georgia, to Atlanta until in 1999. And I really didn't do anything then. But what gave me the inspiration to start my plays, I was in my house one day and I was typing on my computer, and my TV was behind me, and I saw a coming attraction of Tyler Perry's, one of his plays. Okay. And I turned around and I looked and I viewed it and I said, Lord, I do stuff like that. He said, I know, now get busy. Ooh. And that's what I did. I just got busy. All right. I started my very first play with 3 people. I mean, and it was challenging because I've written several plays, trying to get different type of people to be in it. And I mean, I didn't know like I do now as far as networking and marketing, as far as like Facebook or going into different places online where you can find actors. I was getting people I work with, but they wasn't really serious. So I started my very first play. It was called Make Room for Me. And I had my best friend, Martrell Griffith, in it. And then I had another young lady that actually went to my church. Her name is Zinda Sykes. And it was called Make Room for Me, and we did that play like twice. We didn't have a big turnout like most places. I mean, I think I had 20 people to show up for that play the first time. Yeah. And then once that I progressed and moved on, I had more people that came out to see the play that went to my church. So then I went and I got 3 more people, and then I did another comedy play called Getting Down with the Blacks. Okay. And I think I had a crowd of 100 people to come out to that play, and everybody loved it. Okay. So then from there, I like comedy, but I'm more like melodrama because I just like the mode that I get into when I write something that may be really serious.
Now let me ask you something. So whenever you get into your writing, do you pick it from different things like real life situations?
Yes. Yes, real life situations. So my third play was called The Color of Love, and that's one of the plays I love, and I've done that play for like 4 years. Okay. So I went from doing that. My very last play I did was in 2018. That was called Women on the Rise. Okay. And that's something that I really want to turn into a movie because a lot of people that know me, even my mom, they were saying, George, I love all your plays, but this was the best play that you did. Yeah. My other play, I played my funny character Bernard Black in that play.
So you do act?
A little bit, but I played a funny comedic, character, Bernard Black, in a lot of my plays.
Okay.
But he wasn't in the last play I did. But what the play was about with Women on the Rise didn't consist of Bernard Black being in it, because it was about women being in power.
Okay.
And the characters that I had in it, everybody was amazed with that.
Wow.
So how I got into film was that I had somebody, I wrote a project and I had somebody to film for me.
Okay.
But and it seemed like it took them forever to edit my project. And I know how I want my stuff filmed. I know the angles that I want. And not to say I don't trust the camera person, but to me it's like I want somebody to be on the same, if you're going to film for me, I want you to be on the same level that I am. Okay. So my thing is, okay, if we film the project, I need you to edit, let's get it done, let's chop it up, let's put it up, let's market it, let's do what we got to do. So the longevity I work with, I mean, it took like some other people that I work with, it took them like maybe a month or two just to get a project back to me. I thought, no. So I decided to dibble dabble with myself. I started out back in 2013, and my mother bought me my first little digital camera, and I would roll from there. I started writing little short skits, little short films, and did that. And then as time goes on, I progressed. More new equipment came out, so I keep progressing and progressing until I got to the point where I got a little bit more professional, because I didn't know anything about boom mics or having the right lighting. But now that I've done that, I progressed to now. I wouldn't say that I'm a professional filmmaker, but I can say that
yes, you
I
are.
can film.
You speak that.
Yeah, I'm speaking into existence.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, because because some of the language that y'all were using was like, of course, foreign to me. I didn't understand some of the terminologies that y'all used, but I was just like rolling with it and everything. So you tapped into your creative side, because, and what I loved about it, you said one of the plays that you did says make room for me, and I'm always saying get yourself in the room, and the room will work for you. And that's exactly what happened. Kudos to Keisha Rivers with Mama They Didn't Mean It stage play, because that's how we got connected with Miss Vernay.
Right.
Yes,
okay.
Because that's the play that we all were in. And so that was so important. And the thing is, I've kind of looked at some of your stuff, because I know Tammy Bailey. I knew her, and she is in some of your web series and things like that you do. So that's really cool. So you are really making moves here in Conoley and Atlanta and the surrounding areas. And so what could you say as we close out? What could you say as an encouragement to those that have a vision and a dream? Because they could be just now wanting to start. I mean, because you're in your 30s, right?
No, I'm in my 50s.
Oh, I thought you said you were in your 30s.
No, I said that because I was playing. Because I was just joking around. No, I'm 54 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, what if somebody that's like your age now, and they're wanting to just get started into this, and they have a passion to write? How would you tell them to take those steps to move forward into their purpose?
Well, one thing about me, I like to be honest with people. I have a young lady that I know, and somebody wanted to charge her for information. She was starting out doing a play. Her name is Key, and I remember that she had explained to me that she said, "George, thank you for helping me out." She came to me, she called me, she wanted to start her first play. Okay. And I think like with most people, you want to go big, but in reality, you know that you have to really start small. I did the same thing. My very first play, I had somebody build a wall for me that was $500, and it was concrete, something that I couldn't even put on the truck because I just didn't know.
Well, how do you encourage somebody just to step forward, to take that one first step to say, to write? Just write.
The thing about it is that if you really have the passion for it, sometimes you may have to just go in a room, empty room, turn off the TV, turn off the radio, whatever idea you have, write it down, and then keep writing until it develops into a story.
I love
it can be like earlier today when we were talking with Matt. Matt said he's a writer, even though he does like what you do, interviews, or he may do some filming, but he said he wanted to write. He didn't know where to go. So I gave him an idea. So I told him, he said his passion is he liked music. So I said, well, start from there. Have this one character be something to where he's into music. Okay. And then brand from there. And I tell a lot of people, watch a lot of TV. Watch a lot of movies. Okay. Then from there, have your creative side to where don't try to do everything what somebody else is doing. And I do know that you see a lot of storylines and they are the same, but sometimes you got to step out of your box and like, what haven't I seen before? So sometimes you got to get creative and do something different.
I love that because that's one thing with my interviews. I don't do my interviews like anybody else.
Right.
I'm not, and I don't usually go watch other people's interviews. Because I go with the beat of my own drum, my own flow, and that's kind of what you're saying to the viewers is that for them to tap into what their creative side,
right? Don't try to be like somebody else. You know, like for the longest, you know, I was like, oh, I want to be like Tyler Perry. No, I had to stop saying that because first of all, no, I don't want to be homeless. You know, no, I don't want to be on the street. I mean, I want to, you know, be successful like he is as far as, you know, my movies being on the screen. And I think that's the biggest, you know, thing for me now. I'm just tired of working these 9-to-5 jobs. I'm ready to tap in to start sitting down. My goal for this year is write a lot of feature films. One of my favorite films that I did was called Ain't No Woman Like the One I Got. And a lot of people think that's right. A lot of people think it's based off the song, but it's not. But it was probably one of the best films that I wrote. And of course, I wish I had the equipment, the camera, the lights, everything that I had then, that now, and I probably could have entered that in the film festival and probably even won, but I'm actually writing a full-length movie to that, but I don't want nobody to touch it. Maybe like either Tyler or Steve Harvey or Oprah or somebody touch it, because it's such a passion for me. And I tell people, when you have a passion, sometimes you want to hold on. Just don't give anything away to anybody.
That's good.
Yeah, don't give anything away to anybody. Make sure that if it's something that you want to hold on to, that you hold on tight to it. And it may take years, it may take months, you just never know, but you have to actually fight the fight. If it's something you really want, and then if you're serious about your dreams, whether it's acting, whether it's writing, whether it's directing, sometimes you have to let a lot of baggage in your life go. Sometimes you just gotta let it go. Sometimes that baggage can be friends. It could be spouses. It could
I'm
be
taking notes, right?
Yeah, take notes, baby. Take notes. It can be friends. It can be anything. Anything that maybe like that's going to distract you, because God is there to help you move in a different direction. I mean, I had some, distraction back in, my earlier years. And this year I decided, you know what? This is a new year for me. It's a new time for me. I just want to do is sit down and write, do my film, start putting my stuff in festivals, and start writing my scripts. I don't know how I'll find an agent, but I'm just going to pray about it and let God lead the way and go from there.
I love the inspiration and the energy. Oh my God, you got so much energy. I didn't realize this was in you.
Yeah, well, I have my degree in communication, so I like to communicate.
There you go.
And that's another thing. Surround yourself around people that's going somewhere.
Yes.
And another thing, every year you want to see yourself, and I remember Tyler Perry saying the same thing. If you don't see yourself growing the next following year, that means that you need to change something within yourself. But if you see each year you want to see yourself grow and grow every year.
Yes.
That's the main thing, is making sure that you grow.
Okay.
Every year. You have to.
I love it. I love it. This is so informative, guys. I hope y'all watch the replay. Share this with people that you know. Take notes. This is a man who is living his life on purpose, with purpose. He's getting himself in the room and making connections, and he's willing to help others. If people want to get in touch with you, they either want to act in any of your productions, or either they want to get some knowledge from you, or maybe meet with you, or have you come speak or something about your expertise. How can they get in touch with you?
Well, they can reach me by email at georgec151@aol.com, or they can just reach me on Facebook at George Playwright Alford.
Okay, awesome. Guys, this is Robin Shockley. This has been an amazing time today. I'm so grateful that you included me to be a part of this production.
Oh, I loved it. I'm so glad that Robin was so part of my production. I mean, she was just an inspiration. She was so excited. I think what I like about her enthusiasm is that she was so excited that when she was with Lena, that she was posting pictures that we about to, we got to do this, we studying. So that's when you know that you got people that's on your side that's serious. They like your work. And that's what makes a writer feel good, when they know that you gave your script to somebody and they love it and they're ready to film, they're ready to do whatever. Everybody that I work with like working with me because, I like being honest with my people, and I like being straight up, and I just like having a lot of fun. And that's the main thing, is having fun with your project.
And he even fed us. Isn't that awesome?
I even fed him. There's some sandwiches and chips and everything like that. I can't eat them all.
Well, guys, this is Robin Shockley with Focus Forward Robin on the go. You never know where I'm going to be. I'm in Conoley, Georgia, with Mr. George Alford,
yes.
playwright George Alford, film producer, director, the whole works, even some acting.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Remember, if you think a thing, you believe a thing. If you believe a thing, you're going to do it, just like George is doing here today. Y'all be blessed.
Have a good one.